Welcome to Uniquely Female Trouble. My name is Leslie Wells. Before I read you an original poem, I want to let you know that I am posting a piece of my art, on my community posts on my channel almost every night. So if you'd like to see a piece of my art, just go over there and check it out. I would love for you to look at it and leave me a comment and let me know what you think of it. Today I want to read you an original poem. It's not about my marriage or the church I was in. It's about my dad, and I wrote this on February 6, 2023, and my dad died in July of 2024. He died of dementia, vascular dementia, and I wrote quite a few poems during that period of time. It was very difficult for the entire family, and it was very difficult for my poor dad too. He suffered so much. So this poem is called "The Last Time My Dad Bought Lottery Tickets." Wait here, I want to get some lottery tickets, my dad says as he opens the car door. I'm sitting behind the steering wheel, trying to think of an excuse to go in 7-Eleven with him. My mind's a blank. He hobbles slowly into the store, cane in left hand, head down, eyes staring at his feet so he won't fall down again. It doesn't matter how many times his physical therapist tells him not to walk that way. He always does, except at PT. The clock on the dashboard, 3:32. I stare at the store door with laser beam eyes. At 3:34, I want to run in the store to see if he's all right. I don't, because he might ask me why. That's a question I can't answer. I don't answer. I won't answer. Because you've fallen down 6 times in the last 5 months. Because you might get lost in the store. Because you have dementia. 3:35. I look at the faces at the people leaving the store. Are they in shock? Because an old man fell down in there? An old man had a stroke or a heart attack? An old man died in there? Everyone looks normal. 3:37. What's taking so long? I remember when I was 5, you drove. You were strong. You didn't get lost or confused. You didn't forget. I fell asleep in the back seat of the car, 100% safe with Daddy. Then I remember my dad carrying me up the stairs, tucking me in, kissing my forehead. I'm back asleep before he turns off the light. 3:39. An old man opens the door and hobbles to the car, cane in his left hand, staring at his feet. I breathe normal again. Did you get some lucky numbers? I ask in a fake, cheerful voice. I hope so. Here, this is for you. He hands me a little bag with a little cake inside. Tears fill my eyes. Thank you, yum. He smiles. He hasn't forgotten what a generous person he's always been. I haven't forgotten my young, strong, brave, best one in the whole wide world, Daddy. Even though I drive, not him, and try to guard his every step. And that happened. That was the last time I ever stopped at a convenience store to get gas with him in the car, because I never wanted him to go in again. And we did go in a convenience store one more time, but I went with him this time. And the way he tried to pay for the tickets was he just got a bunch of money out of his pocket and showed it to the guy. He didn't even know what bills he needed to use. And I took the money out of his hand and gave it to the man, because the man was very uncomfortable with that, which I get. So yeah, it was a huge role reversal, because until my dad got really sick, he was always the one who drove. And, he was always the one who looked out for us. And one thing about my dad is he was always so generous. So I was 6 when my sister was born. And then less than 2 years later, my mom had twins. So suddenly they had 3 kids under 2. And that was really hard. And I don't know if it happened then or after. I don't know if it happened before then or after then. But by the time I can remember, my dad always did the grocery shopping, which we loved, because every time he brought the groceries home, there was always a treat for us 4 kids. And he would pull up in the driveway and honk the horn. And I mean, we would stop everything we were doing, run out, like bring the bags in. It was this big, like assembly line thing. And all of us wanted to do it because we knew we were going to find something good. We didn't know what it would be. And on the rare occasions that my mom did the grocery shopping, that was terrible. I mean, you unload every bag, get flour, rice, raw chicken, nothing good. No ice cream, no cakes, no candy, no nothing. But that's just their different personalities. But we loved it when Dad did that. And like he was just always bringing us little things home, treats, little toys, books, comic books. And if we were sick, he always brought us different things. I remember like he'd bring me something almost every night when I was sick. And that was one of the ways he showed us his love. I mean, he wasn't all that expressive as far as like physical affection. And he wasn't somebody that was always saying like, oh, I love you, or I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you're my daughter. He didn't really say, I mean, I think he did say, I'm proud of you. He did say that, yeah. But he wasn't always saying he loved us. And, but he always was saying he loved us in other ways, like being really generous. And up until he wasn't able to speak anymore, he still always remembered to say thank you. He didn't even know who he was saying thank you to, but that was so much part of him. And it broke my heart that he could barely even walk into that store. That broke my heart. And then it broke my heart again when he brought me that little cake. He still had something in him that wanted to show his love to me. And I don't even know if he knew for sure who I was, because actually one time he got it, I was driving him and he got in his head he wanted to call my mom. So I dialed it and I gave him a cell phone, and I was driving while he was talking, and he told my mom he was in the car with a young man. And it took me a few minutes to figure out he was talking about me. So that was fine. I had the best dad in the world, and I love him so much. I miss him so much. So I just wanted to read you this poem about him that I wrote. I've written a lot of poems about a lot of different things, and I haven't read poems about very many different subjects, but I think I'm going to branch out. So thank you for listening, and I would love to hear a comment from you and see what you think. Tell me about your experiences, and if you want to like and subscribe to this channel, I would love that and appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.